Alright, what's going on, Notification Squad? What's going on, people watching this on demand? I just wanted to come out here and do a quick little live stream video. Just drove out. I'm in Jacksonville right now, so I'm actually going to be attending tomorrow's game. Really excited about it. It's going to be my first actual Jag game of the year that I go to. I didn't make it to any, actually no, I'll take that back. It's my first time in the bank. I went to week one over in New York, but, you know, really excited to come over to Jacksonville, man. Love TIAA Bank. I gotta get in the habit of calling it that more. But I'm just excited, man. But just been watching. Give a little shout out to everybody. DJ 28 Memco, Phil Swiss grandfather, Christopher Columbus, Timothy Cole, Devontae. What's going on, everybody? So yeah, I just wanted to kind of discuss tomorrow's little matchup. Just because it's gonna be like really. You know, this game is extremely important. You know, I mean, we all sit here and obviously we're 2-0 right now, so everybody's feeling pretty good about where we're at. But you got to think, man. Tennessee, they're 1-1 right now. You know, they've had a couple sloppy games. I mean, the Miami game was ugly. It was long. You know, you all know that story. Then, you know, next week they played off against an 0-1. They played against an 0-1 team. Let me see if these chats are distracting me. Hold on. All live chat. Alright, whatever. Let me clear this out. Sorry, guys. I decided to, I was just going to do this live because I don't have enough memory on my phone to upload. But, yeah, I mean, Tennessee, they're obviously off to a 1-1 start, and it's been pretty sloppy. You know, they played Houston Texans last week, and somebody had to kind of, like, win that game. But, you know, they wound up coming through with it. But, you know, if the Titans win tomorrow, you know, and if we lose, we're all of a sudden, second place in the AFC South. I mean, all of a sudden Titans go up to 2-1. The Jaguars are 2-1, and you know Titans would automatically be 2-0 in the AFC South, and the Jaguars would be quickly down to 0-1. So man, like if we win this game tomorrow, all of a sudden we are 3-0. The Titans would be 1-2. You know what I mean? And if the Colts lose, you know they could very well be. You know, they have the Eagles coming up, so we could literally have. If the Jaguars win and if the Colts lose tomorrow, we would literally have at least a 2-game lead in the AFC South. You know, Texans could go 0-3, but man, if we can take this, if we're 3 games into the season and we have a 2-0 lead, we're up 2 games in the AFC South, man, that'd be freaking huge. But you know, this game, in my preview video, we were kind of a little bit unsure about what the injury situation would look like, but we look at it now and it looks like at least one of their bookend tackles is going to, yeah, Jimmy Popcorn. That's what I'm doing. I was actually watching the Gators. They're up 26-3 on Tennessee. They're whooping them right now, but figure I'd do this at halftime. But, you know, I'll come back on and watch it when I'm done. But I just wanted to address some things with this. But, you know, right now, both their bookend tackles, they might be playing. I know at least Taylor Lewan is back. Is it Taylor Lewan? Yeah, I think Taylor Lewan's back. And then, the other guy on the other side, Conklin, you know, he tore his ACL in the divisional round of the playoffs. So, you know, he's gonna be questionable for tomorrow. You know, he's on an injury report. He's questionable, and you know, with that, man, if both them play, man, we got to. That's their strength of their offense. Honestly, is that tackle spots. We're gonna have to do some rushes in the middle, maybe disguise some stuff, do a lot of stunt moves. We saw them do that last week against the Patriots, and you know. We got some good interior guys, as we know. Marcel Darius, obviously. Malik Jackson. Avery Jones is playing at a really high level. I mean, they're doing great in stopping the run. But, you know, we might slide Calais Campbell inside a little bit more to get some, like, mismatches on that. But, you know, another thing about the offense is we don't know who's going to be playing quarterback. You know, Mariota or Gabbert. I mean, obviously, I would rather Gabbert play. You know, one of the main reasons why is just Gabbert, he's a guy that we can keep inside of the pocket. You know, Mariota can scramble, and then usually scrambling quarterbacks, man, it can be kind of a weakness just because you have to kind of game plan like for that. You have to be able to play, you know, you have to be able to play like discipline and your run fits. What's up, Rosie Hall? I had some people ask if I'm going to the game tomorrow. I am going to the game, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm in Jacksonville right now, actually, but Shotty V, what's going on, man? Yeah, I mean, the Jaguars, I hope it is Gabbert, but I mean, Mariota, I mean, he doesn't, he doesn't scare me like he used to. You know, I was a guy coming out of college. When he was coming out of college, I was pretty high on him. I mean, you know, he's a big guy. He could hurt you with his feet. You know, he's got great mechanics. You know, a really quick release and everything. But you know, he's been kind of disappointing. I mean, he hasn't been showing out to his draft position. I mean, he was so good at Oregon. You know, he wound up winning a Heisman and stuff like that. But I don't know. But yeah, I mean, hopefully Gabbert's in there. I mean, we can get some pressure on this guy. Then once you hit this guy, man, he's gonna fold. He's not gonna be able to do anything. Oh man, bad connection. Hopefully you guys can all hear me. Jeez. Is everybody good? Everyone good here? You've noticed me before and called me the same name. Rossi, I don't know. I believe that's your name, but thanks for coming by. Ann is worried about our offense. Yeah, when we talk about our offense, Fournette is questionable. Even T.J. Yeldon is questionable. But, you know, we all like last week, man. We came out with a pretty cool approach. We went out throwing a lot. And obviously throwing is more fun than... It's more fun than running the ball just because it's less ugly wins, more highlight kind of material stuff. But, you know, I don't know if we're going to be running... if we're going to be passing the ball more. You know what I mean? Just because you look at the matchups on here. Tennessee, I mean, they may not have all their talent together right now, but they are a very talented team. You know what I mean? Hopefully they don't get it all together this game just because, I mean, on the defense, the strength of their defense might just be the cornerback spots. I mean, they have Malcolm Butler. Malcolm Butler is better than any cornerback that the Patriots have. They have Asante, or I always get this guy's name wrong. The cornerback, Adoree Jackson out of USC. Have you seen the staring UCF? Oh yeah, I saw that, the staring UCF fan. But yeah, they have Malcolm Butler. They have Adoree Jackson. They have Logan Ryan. So they're pretty good at the cornerback position. I mean, last time we were able to kind of get these one-on-one matchups, we knew, hey, Keelan Cole, D.D. Westford, they're better than these wide receivers that are covering them. Let's go ahead and exploit them. But, you know, I would probably expect us to be more in, like, a single-back set probably this game. I think we're going to be more going back to, like, pounding the ball. But, you know, one thing I just hope is if we do go back to running more, you know, under center kind of stuff, hopefully we get Corey Grant involved. I mean, Corey Grant, you know, he's a guy that won me over. I haven't always been on the Corey Grant bandwagon, but he's a guy who makes people miss in the open field. I mean, he breaks tackles. If he's one-on-one with somebody, he's going to juke him out. I mean, he had so many impressive runs last game. He had, like, he low-key had over 80 all-purpose yards, so he's so good, man. We got to get him involved, but yeah, we'll see. We'll kind of see what the offensive approach is like for this game. I really hope Bortles can put back-to-back performances together. I mean, he was so freaking good last week. It was so fun watching him, and you know, if Bortles can just play, if he's like a top 10 quarterback in the league this year, you know how dangerous our team could be. It could be so dangerous, man. Daniel says if we can stay aggressive like we did with Fournette, we'd be dangerous and unstoppable. Yeah, man. I just think, you know, they tried to do this, you know, build everything around Fournette. They just tried to ground and pound, but you know, Blake Bortles proved that he can be a playmaking quarterback. We have wide receivers. Keelan Cole, maybe his best game as a Jaguar. D.D. Westbrook showed a lot of good things, especially that freaking long run that he had, man. It was crazy. And then, you know, you have Austin Seferian-Jenkins. Austin Seferian-Jenkins is a great tight end. Corey Grant plays a lot better in the running game. You know, if we, you know, usually we build the offense around Fournette, and Fournette is the feature guy. But when we're passing the ball, we have way more options. We have so many guys. We're able to get it in a bunch of playmakers' hands. And, you know, there were like 8 or 9 receivers last game. There were 8 or 9 players, I should say, that had receptions of over 10 yards. That's a really good job of spreading the ball around. And, you know, I just hope to see kind of that out of the Jaguars, you know, offense. But we have 36 people in here. Be sure to like the stream if you can. It really helps out. Really helps out the channel, guys. You know, I'd really appreciate that. But yeah, I'm just excited about tomorrow, man. We got to take down the Titans. I mean, the thing about the Titans is they don't seem all that good of a team to me right now. But at the same time, they have a lot of talent, and if they kind of start clicking, then they could be, you know, really good. But you know, the main thing on offense that we need to shut down, you know, I'm not worried that their offense, that their receivers are going to beat our defensive backs one-on-one. You know, I'm not too worried about them. I'm really not all that worried about the core. I don't know. Mariota has a little more upside than Gabbert, but main thing I'm worried about, man, Dion Lewis. You have to look out for Dion Lewis. You know, we saw last game, we see Jags in the past, man. You get these, like last week with James White, Sonny Michel. You know, they were kind of setting them up to kind of dump it off to them, and then they can use their speed to kind of go places. You know, we got to hopefully be able to shut that down. But it'll be interesting with Derrick Henry right now, just because Derrick Henry, we haven't really played a true power back yet. We've been very good at stopping a run, you know, stopping the interior running lanes, but we haven't gone against a Derrick Henry, a power guy. You know, Saquon Barkley isn't necessarily a power guy, even though he does have power. He's more about speed and like agility and stuff like that. You know, last week they have like Burkhead. James White is more of a receiving option. So is Sonny Michel. None of those guys are really power. Derrick Henry, he has hurt us in the past, but at the same time, I just feel like our D-line, the interior D-line is doing super, super well to be able to stop that stuff. So Bradley says, hey, UCF, where are you going to be before the game? Got to make the legend in person. I will, after this stream, I'll let you guys know the section I'm in. I don't know where I'll just kind of be going with the flow, stopping around places. I don't have like a spot where I'll necessarily be hanging out at, but I got to go. I'm going to go say what's up to some people at the game, you know what I'm saying? Some people I haven't seen in a while. So that's all fun. But yeah, I'll let you know where I'll be sitting. I'll probably be in my seats about 45 minutes before the game starts. I have to get my ass in the seat. You know, probably going to buy. Does anyone know how much the jerseys are at the games? I'm hoping, I want to get like a white, hard-stitched Bortles jersey, you know what I mean? That's kind of what I want to get. But yeah, man, just keep Marcus Mariota in a pocket. We'll see if he actually does play. You know, shut down like Deion Lewis on the offense. Chase Prince says, what does 904 reference in Jacksonville? That's the area code of Jacksonville. The right neck says, I'm going to the game. I'm sitting in the top 100 sections. Yeah, I don't know where I forget the section I'm in, but yeah, I'll let you, after this, I'll comment down on the video, let you guys know if you want to join. Johnny, what's good, man? I met Johnny at the New York Giants game. That was pretty cool. But yeah, man, it's a big game tomorrow. We can't drop this game. You know, Jaguars, if they win, they are 3-0, 1-0 in the division. If we lose, all of a sudden the Titans have first place at 2-1. They'd be 2-0 in the AFC South. It just, I know it's being underplayed. You know, we're sitting here kind of enjoying the Patriots' victory. You know, we're obviously looking better than the Titans, but at the same time, man, it'd be bad if we kind of like let them back. Danny, will you do a mini stream during the game like the Giants? No, like I did it at the Giants game. I did a little stream before the game, but I was on there for 3 minutes and my battery on my phone went from like 85% to like 10%. No, it went down to 1%. Then I turned it off and back on. It was at like 8%. So, you know, I can't be messing with my I wish I could do it. I don't know why it all of a sudden went down there, but I can't risk turning down my battery when, you know, it sucked how that happened. But I don't know why it happened, but it did happen. But oh yeah, with the Jaguars though, you know, what's the injury situation like? I know Fournette questionable, Yeldon questionable. Defense, I think Calais is still like practicing, but Ramsey, I'd assume Ramsey's gonna be playing. I mean, Ramsey's been on the, you know, Ramsey's been on the injury report a lot and usually does play, so that's pretty good out of Jalen Ramsey. But oh man, we got to break this whole Tennessee because everyone is out here saying, oh, the Titans have the Jaguars number, and you know, last year they did, but you know, you look at it, the Titans. Week 2, they might have been better than the Jaguars. You know, Jaguars weren't all that great to start off the year. They were pretty inconsistent. And then, you know, we dropped that one. We kind of got whooped by them. Then we played them Week 17. We had nothing to play for Week 17. We already had a number 3 seed and the playoffs locked up. And the Titans had everything to play for. It was Week 17. You know, if the Titans won, then they were going to get into the playoffs. And if they lost, then they weren't. You know what I mean? So they had a lot to play for. You know, both those games, you know, kudos for the Titans for winning those. You know, they earned them fair and square, but you know, it's not like Tom Brady where we've never beaten them. You know what I mean? It's all about you know, you look at 2016, man. The Titans had to go into Jacksonville and beat a 2-12 Jaguars team to get into the playoffs, and they lost. You know, they only won 2 in a row, so it's not like we've never beaten the Titans. They just had our number last year, and you know, hopefully, I really do expect the Jaguars to win this one. I expect them to come out focused. I mean, we're a lot better team this year than last year. I mean, and the Titans still have some stuff to figure out. You know, Titans. I still do worry about the roster, man. They have a really good roster. I'll give them that. The roster is good. They just had to get the coaching to bring all the talent together. Just because, you know, when you look at them, A lot of playmakers. You know, they have a very good secondary. Even, you know, I mentioned all the cornerbacks earlier. They even had Byard out at the safety position. You know, they drafted a couple studs early on in the draft with Harold Landry and Rashad Evans. So, yeah, man, shut them down, play discipline, and we'll be able to win this one, man. So, that's probably about all I really want to talk too much about. You know, I'll be at the game tomorrow. You know, if anyone has any last-minute questions, definitely let me know. Like the stream while you guys are at it, man. Probably got another 6-7 minutes before the Gator game starts, but yeah, man, I just wanted to kind of come out here and kind of talk about this, and we're not going undefeated. We'll see. Hopefully UCF can go undefeated, man. I mean, they took care of FAU yesterday. Their offense is so fun, man. Mackenzie Melton is such a good quarterback. 16-0. We'll see if the Jaguars can do it, man. If we can go 13-3, man, I kind of put a 10-6 prediction on us, but I'm thinking maybe like we could go 13-3, man. Honestly, like before the season started, I couldn't give us a win against the Patriots, but that's our toughest opponent on the schedule, and we wound up beating them, man. So, SLC Seahawks is in the building. Hey, man, it was cool to see you go live yesterday, man. It was cool, man. Hopefully you can go live some more. It was good seeing you. Devontae, Blaine Gabbert, put your motherfucking head back down. What's going on, Devontae? Chase Pierce. Isn't it ironic that Florida's playing Tennessee tonight and the Jaguars playing the Titans? Yeah, man, hopefully there's a little bit of a Florida-Tennessee sweep, you know what I'm saying? Andy, why do the Gators suck at football now? Well, the Gators, man, you know, Ron Zook, or when Urban Meyer left, you know, they had a lot of talent on the roster, and then, you know, they took it over to, you know, Will Muschamp. Will Muschamp was always able to have really good defenses. You know, the defense was great. He also recruited pretty well. You know, they never had an offense right. You know, they haven't had a quarterback since Tebow. Of course, Brissett left, Driscoll left. Those guys wound up going to the NFL, but, I mean, they've been throwing out Trask, like Morningweg. I shouldn't say Trask, I meant Treon Harris. John Brantley. I mean, they just had some. Felipe Franks right now, he sucks. They just have some bad quarterbacks. So it's a combination of, you know, never having the right offensive coordinator, not being able to have a right quarterback to be able to like drive the ship. And, you know, Muschamp left, and he left, what's his face? Butters McChompers. Jim McElwain. He left Jim McElwain with a lot of talent. But then Jim McElwain left, and Jim McElwain left Dan Mullen with no talent. You know, I mean, the quarterback sucks. I mean, Felipe Franks, he's not a good quarterback. I don't think he ever will be. But, you know, and they're just they don't have much talent anymore, man. Like, no longer, they used to always have good defenses, but they no longer have good defensive talent. And by the way, guys, I'm talking about Florida real quick. I'm talking about a little college football on this little stream. But, yeah, man, once I think Dan Mullen, he's a good coach. I mean, he's a good coach. There's not really much talent, but you know, I think Dan Mullen, he's a right coach. He's a good coach. He obviously did good stuff at Mississippi State, but got to get a good quarterback in there. Got to replenish the team with some, with some talent, and I think they could be good to go. That's a little Florida analysis for you guys. But Mike Vrabel, what's going on, man? He's over here calling the Titans upset. We'll see, man. We'll see. And I rewatched the Titans game from last year, and our defense was not good, and Bortles threw way too many interceptions. I mean, the second game they were good. They only held them to 15 to 20 points, and they got returned for a touchdown. But Bortles wasn't good either of those games. The last game, the weather was bad, but hopefully he can come back good. Hey, Devontae, you'll need to ban Mike Vrabel. He's not in here talking spamming or talking good shit or anything. But David Bryan, good choice, UCF. I don't know what that means. Raccoon mascot, that's so stupid, like their pants. Yeah, they got a raccoon as their mascot. But I think the Gator game's back on. But hey, I appreciate all you guys for coming in and joining this, man. Go